All right, so in this video, I'm gonna go over a down and dirty version of how to change your oil to show how quick and easy it is. So if you take yours to the dealer and say you're running a couple performance parts like I have, the engine intake, and I have a stage 1 tune with the K tune around here, then you might not want to take yours to the dealer to get oil change if you prefer better oil. So I drive mine relatively spirited, and I don't really follow the maintenance minder. The maintenance minder will go on forever. Like right now it's at 50%, and I think I've got close to 5,500 miles on here. I like to change it anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 miles. So that tells me that maintenance minder is set up for about probably 10,000 to 12,000 miles. Another thing was the oil they were using at the dealer was actually Mobil Super, which is a cheaper oil. Not a bad oil by any means, but when you drive your car spirited, you have tunes on it, you know, you run premium fuel, you want a good oil as well. Personally speaking, that's why I went with Mobil 1. I'm not against any type of oil. This is just my opinion. But that's one of the reasons. I don't want to pay 75 to 80 bucks for just a basic oil change and get a cheaper oil when I can buy, you know, a Mobil 1 Extended Performance filter and then Mobil 1 Extended Performance for, I mean, a total of $38. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna remove the skid plate underneath. So before we jump there, I'm gonna go over the tools real fast. So basically all you need is a Phillip, a flat tip, and a 17 mil for your drain plug. Then you'll climb into the car after you got it on jack stands, and you will remove the skid plate. This is the skid plate you'll be removing. As you can see, it looks like mine got hit by something on the road, but that's why it's there. So you have a couple of these and a couple tabs. You just follow them all the way around and pull the skid plate out. All right, so once you have all your bolts out, you just take it, pull back, and drop it out of the way. All right, so right next to your downpipe area, you'll see it says right there, engine oil, and that is your drain bolt to drain your oil. Right in front of that pan is actually your oil filter. So first, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take off the 17 millimeter bolt and we're gonna drain the oil. All right, so once your drain plug is broke loose with the 17 millimeter, position your oil pan underneath. Go ahead and push it back a little bit because it will shoot out a little when you do that. So now we're gonna go ahead and pull the plug. So pull the plug, drain the oil right now. This is the time where you clean up your drain bolt and put a new washer on. I do have a new washer as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on. And then once this is drained all the way, we are gonna go ahead and replace this and tighten it back up. All right, so once you have your drain bolt on and tightened up, it's time to move over to the filter. This is just a twist on filter. So put your, start loosening it up and slide your oil pan under because oil will come out of the oil filter as you're unscrewing it. And then from there, we're gonna replace the oil filter. All right, so important note, when you're taking off the oil filter, this is the new one. But when you take off the old one, you wanna double check and make sure that the gasket did not get stuck, because if you put your new one on, you would double gasket it and it will leak everything you put in it pretty much. So just a quick check. A lot of the Honda ones don't do that. Mobil 1 doesn't do it, but some of the other brands, they're notorious for the gasket coming off and sticking to the bottom of the block. So just double check. Also for me, I'm gonna pre-fill this and add a little lube on top, and then I'll reapply this one, and then we'll go ahead and spray some brake parts cleaner on, clean everything up and put the cover back on the bottom, and then we'll go to fill it up. All right, so now we're at the stage of filling it up. We already drained the oil, we put the drain plug back in, we replaced the oil filter, and we did pre-fill it as well. So important thing to note is that when you're changing the oil on a 1.5, it requires 3.7 quarts of oil, and that's with an oil filter. Without, it's 3.3, but I don't know why you would change your oil without changing your oil filter. So right up in the back corner, this is actually your fill. And of course it says 0W20. Some people run different things depending on where they're at. As I said before, I'm on a Mobil 1 Extended Performance, 0W20. This is an upgrade compared to the stuff the dealer was running, which was Mobil Super something, just the baseline synthetic oil. So let's go ahead and put 3.7 in here. Actually, we're gonna put 3.5, and then we're gonna pull the dipstick and start measuring. All right, so we filled up with 3.3 quarts of oil, and then we started checking, and we added until full. So right now it is, I don't know if you can see that, it's right on the money. and it is right about 3.7, 3.8 quarts of oil. And the last step in this process is gonna be to reset your oil life. And now we're gonna jump inside the car and we're gonna go ahead and do that. So the last step, of course, is gonna be to reset your engine oil life. And if I didn't say in the beginning, this is a 2020 Honda, but they should all be pretty much the same. So on your touchscreen, if you have the touchscreen, you're just gonna go to settings, then you're gonna go to vehicle, and you can scroll through, right? So maintenance info, and then see mine says oil life 50%, but that's why I said you gotta change your oil yourself, keep track of the 5,000 to 6,000 miles. And then tire rotation, I just had one done not too long ago. So we're gonna go ahead and select reset items, oil and filter, reset. And then now maintenance information has been reset. So another way you can do this is you can plug in your phone, right? And it gives you all the data on your car, and it keeps track of your miles when your maintenance is due on the Honda app. And then you can go ahead and check out the oil, and it should say 100% now. So like I said, I hope this video helps. It's down and dirty. It's very quick. I didn't want to drag it out. But if you're gonna do an oil change, you can save a lot of money doing it yourself. We're talking $40 to $50. You can buy any kind of oil filter you want, and you know it's getting done right because you're taking the time to do it. So I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.